Welcome back to Quinte Connection. Well, from the downtown Trenton Theatre to 45 minutes north of us from downtown Belleville, we're highlighting now the wonderful Aron Theatre in downtown Campbellford, right across the bakery if you make regular trips to downtown Campbellford. Joining us, the GM of the Aron Co-op Theatre is Russ Christianson. So Russ, so great to have you on the show. Thanks so much.
Really great to be here. Thanks so much for inviting me.
So great to have the community continue to support that small theater in downtown Campbellford. Walk me through how this got started and how you became involved.
Yeah, so the Aron Theatre used to be called the Aron Cinema, but we do more than just show films. Like, we call it more than Hollywood. So we do live concerts, yuck performances like stand-up comedy. We have an Aron Indigenous Circle, and like this coming solstice on June 19th, a couple days before the the summer solstice, we're having traditional speaker from Alderville First Nation, and we're celebrating strawberries. And so there'll be strawberries and whipping cream and probably some maple syrup. So that's a great cultural approach to welcoming Indigenous people in our community, because there's been challenges obviously over the years, and I think the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's really opened up the door to allow communities to and encourage communities to move forward with working together. So that's been great. The other thing is the Aron Theatre was originally started in 1947. It was a purpose-built cinema, and around 2010 it was pretty well going bankrupt, and we approached the owner at the time to talk about converting it into a community-owned business. It's a cooperative, not-for-profit, and so we rallied the community and we raised bonds and we purchased the theater, lock, stock, and barrel. That happened in May 2011, so it's about 14 years now, and yeah, we just have been going well since then, up to the pandemic. Then we had to close for 18 months, like a lot of theaters. A lot of the smaller theaters didn't survive, but we did, and we're rebuilding our audiences. I think there's lots of challenges, including streaming services, and I mean, you're on cable television, so you'd know something about that. And people during the pandemic, their social habits changed a bit, so they might want to just stay at home instead of going out to a movie or to a concert. So I think, there's a whole, rebuilding, relearning, socializing process so that people don't feel so isolated, try and create a sense of belonging. I think the greatest thing about movie theaters or theaters in general is the collective experience of art together with other people. So laughing together, crying together, just experiencing visual and beautiful music, and the whole experience. So
as a theater and a non-for-profit and kind of a cooperative overall, Russ, how many folks are on the board, and what does everyone have stake-wise? They have to pay a membership to keep things going? How does it work?
Yeah, so there's an annual membership, and there's a fee for families, say 2 or more people. It's $40 a year, and they get a big discount on tickets, $3 off per ticket. And there's individual memberships, and there's student memberships too. And the student memberships are $10 a year, and they get a great deal. And then individual are $20 per year. We've got about 3,400 members in total, which is pretty good given that Trent Hills, the population here is about 14,000. So we pull from the surrounding area too. Because we're a cooperative, we're a democratic organization. So when you're a member, you actually are an owner of the theater, and you have a vote, and you can be on the board of directors. So our board of directors is a volunteer group, and right now we've got 6 board members, and we'll have 7 after the AGM, because we had 1 position come open over the course of this year. So we're going to have 7 volunteer board members. And then we've got about 50 other regular volunteers and part-time staff people. So it's really those volunteers that deserve so much credit for keeping this theater going in the community. We have a great group, and they're so committed, and they love the theater. love the community, and that's why they're willing to do it.
From an equipment perspective, Russ, how much has been reinvested since you and the team kind of took it over in 2010 from a building maintenance and equipment?
Yeah, that's a good question because it's an old building, 1947. So we've invested about $500,000 in improvements. We've done so many things over the years, a lot of support from the Community Foundation of Campbellford, Seymour, and Northumberland, and Trillium Foundation, Cooperators Insurance Company, various grants from different organizations that have helped us do that. So one of the first things we did is we took down the original marquee from 1947. It was in pretty rough shape, and the local Rona dealer brought their crane truck in and took it down and took it over to an auto body shop. And that was sandblasted and repainted and put back up. We got LED lights instead of the old incandescent bulbs, which would break regularly. So those LED lights have been on the marquee now for 13 years, and they're still working, which is amazing. And that was the first thing we did. But we've got a green roof, so we needed to replace the roof on the building as a flat roof, and we were originally going to put solar panels on the roof, but Hydro One said they didn't have enough capacity in the wires at the time for solar, so we put a green roof on, so it's actually got plants and soil, which is great because it absorbs climate change gases, and it also helps with not overwhelming the storm sewers when there's a big storm because it absorbs some of the water or snow. And we've got a brand new laser projector and a brand new screen that goes along with that laser projector. So that's something that we got through the Community Services Recovery Fund after the pandemic. We insulated the whole theater, and including black insulation inside the theater to decrease audience sound, so that you hear the sound from the movie or the show, the live music. We have live music, and also absorbs the light from the projector, the reflection off the screen. We've got new seats in the theater. We refurbished the concession. We've got a new boiler system and a heat exchange. During the pandemic, we installed a special ventilation system. So we have a ventilation system that filters small particles, and we also have a ultraviolet ventilation system that kills all viruses, including COVID, flu viruses, spores, etc. So in fact, the theater air is probably cleaner than any building inside in Northumberland County. So it's a very safe environment for people. And that I think is maybe less of a concern than it was just after the pandemic, but I think it's still, an important aspect. So yeah, we've done so many improvements over the years.
Great to get the rundown on that, Russ. As we wrap up here, more information on the Aron Theatre, the lineup, how we can support you financially and otherwise. Where do we go for all the information?
No, that's great. So the Aron Theatre's got a website. You just go arontheatre.com. We have all our information there. Like if you want to become a member, you can buy a membership online. It's funny because before the pandemic, we were a cash-only business, and now we mostly are, e-transfers and e-commerce. So memberships, see what the on-release Hollywood movies are playing. Each week we have a new movie. Sometimes we run a movie for 2 weeks. Like right now we have Lilo and Stitch, which is, I think, the biggest movie globally right now. A lot of the end of year school classes are coming to that, so that's fun. And we've got that great summer solstice celebration coming up with the Aron Indigenous Circle on June 19th. And in the fall, we've got an up-and-coming rock and roll band, which is great. And they're young people. They're in their 20s from Toronto. It's called Moondoggy. So we've always got something interesting happening. And the way to support the theater the most is just come to the theater and enjoy yourself.
Once again, Russ, thanks so much for jumping on this call. Really appreciate it. Good luck to you and the team over there. Once again, Russ Christianson, the GM of the Aron Theatre Co-op up in downtown Campbellford. Hopefully more people coming your way north now since we profiled this. So appreciate it, Russ. Thank you.
That would be great. Thank you so much. Take care.